All right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Come again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High, Ahaya has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I want to share some things with you. First of all, I want to first start off by saying I called the Most High Yahuwah, Ahaya, Ahaya. Ahaya, Ahaya is a name that was given to me in the closet. A lot of people don't know what the closet really is. And being so they don't know that there is a closet in which flesh is not allowed. Okay, meaning that it's a conversation in your spirit with the Most High, a higher, and you can't understand anything that's being said, nor can you interpret what is being said because it is a spiritual conversation between you, your spirit, and the Most High's spirit. So, therefore, flesh has no place, okay, in the closet as far as speaking or trying to play a role with the two spirits interacting. Okay, that's the closet. That's the real closet. Okay, and that closet is a place where you go in and the Father takes over the conversation, and your spirit begin to commune with the Father in a spiritual realm, but it's not a realm in which you understand. So Sister Deborah been going in this closet for quite a long time, which I would say many a years. And while going in, I don't understand. Now, when I first go in, I understand that I'm in the presence of the Most High, or higher, and He's dealing with my inner man. But the conversation itself, I don't understand any of that. Yes, I've been given the gift from the Most High to interpret tongues, but this tongue cannot, and nor was it assigned to anyone to interpret the conversation between your spirit and Yah's spirit. Okay, and the good thing about that is when you're able to commune in your spirit out of your control, flesh don't have no connection to this, and the spirit of the Most High is communing, and you notice that. I mean, while you in that closet, you see these things being sun up and down. You can feel the presence of the Most High. You can feel the conversations going on, but your flesh is like at a standstill, like down, you know. And you can hear it, you can hear the sounds, but you can't interpret it. Okay, you can't interpret the words, but I can. One thing I can interpret while I'm in the closet, and I could not really, honestly, you guys, I couldn't interpret it. I say I'm the one who has been given the gift to interpret tongues, the gift that says that one shouldn't speak in tongue unless there's an interpreted. That's the gift I have. But to interpret the tongues in the closet, hands off. That's between your spirit and Yah. He knows you. He knew you before the foundation of the world. He knew you. He had something invested in you. That's why he can talk to you from that level, and your flesh don't have nothing to do with it because he had something to do with you before you even came down here in the flesh. Praise the mighty Yah. That's going to cover some of my conversation today. Matter of fact, it's going to cover a lot of it. And it's going to set a lot of the captives free. This whole conversation is going to set many free. Now, as he communed with me in this closet, I leave out not knowing what the conversation was. And I go in with the idea of, okay, I know I'm going in and the spirit of the Most High wants to talk to me, but that's probably pretty much it. But I can tell you some words that I come out with. I can remember and be able to repeat it. And that is ahaya, 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 ahaya. And I always wonder what that was, you guys. What was that? I didn't know what it meant. I had no idea until a man in Africa, he emailed me because he was watching a couple of my videos. And I asked, do anybody know what ahaya mean? And he told me that is I am. That is his name. I am, I am. So the Father told me last year, I spoke to you all. I told you all that that's the only thing I can remember when I'm coming out of this closet is to remember those words, ahaya, ahaya. Because when I'm speaking in this unknown tongue and the spirit of the Most High is dealing with me and talking to me and I'm speaking, my mouth going to where I can't understand it. Only thing I have to take out of that conversation is a higher. Okay. So what? Let me explain why I'm saying this. When that man said that, another brother in Texas also vouched that yes, Deborah, that is I am. I am. Now, a year ago, last year, no, it's 2021. He said that you can use that name to call on me, and I was like, what? Ahaya, Ahaya. He said that's something you can take out of the closet, and you can use it to call on me. Now, if the Father tells me, his prophetess in the wilderness, and he's been dealing with me since I was 4 years old. And he says unto me in the year of 2021 that I can use that because I always said, I sure like to know what that means. But the man in Africa and another brother in Texas told me what it means. A higher. It means I am, I am. But I didn't use it. I never used it. Even to those who have followed me in time past, they'll tell you, Sister Deborah didn't used to use that name. But when the Father tells me that I can use it to address him, it's not a woman or a man on this earth gonna tell me anything different. They can't control. They need to stay in their lane and deceive those that the Father has given them to deceive. Because if you ain't out here speaking spirit and truth, I'm not talking about Torah. I'm not talking about Hebrew and Greek. I'm not talking about verse over verse and precept over precept, line over line, little here, little there. Because when you finish, the word is Yah. And if you don't have Yah in you, no matter what you have in the book, you are lost without a cause. Because that's what most of them want to beat you with. It's this book and what they have learned over time. But see, the word is not the book. Ahaya is the book, not the book. He's the word. He comes to bring the word of understanding of this book in you. Where at? In your spirit. So that no man can tell Sister Deborah, no man nor no woman can say to Sister Deborah, Ahaya is not his name. Stand down, clown. You can't tell me. You can't speak for my Father. It's just amazing. So many people so used to deceiving people to believe that they are the Father. And listen to me. I'm telling you, this is what you should say. This is what you should do. This is the way you should act. And this is the way it should be. I, Sister Deborah, a prophetess in the wilderness. You better stand down and stay down. Because let me not say. Let me just Deborah, stay in your lane. Deborah, stay in your lane. So I'm going to talk about a topic, and it's understanding this. I want you to understand this because this is what I've been on this devil platform for 4 years, trying to, in a little over 4 years, to instill in many. But because he has marked his, I'm speaking to his that are marked. So you too can have something to run on. And I've got to give you uh kind of it's not even a testimony, it's just something that just happened to me today as well. But this is going to be a wonderful set free message for you all out there, and people are going to need this. Please, now, Sister Deborah don't tell you to share this video, but this video, it needs to be shared. It needs to, because it's going to set you free. I mean spiritual free and natural free, but it's going to have to set you first spiritual, because the strength of a higher is in the spirit, and he has the power that rests therein to set you free in the natural. I don't care what you've gone through. I don't care what you have suffered. I don't care what you've done in life. Let me tell you something. You need to know who he is. Understand this. Understanding is only one connection. It's two, but the real one. There's a fake understanding, and there's a real understanding. See, everything that man has in the natural, a higher has in the spirit. He wants you to know, when I abide in thee and you in me, you now have the things in which the flesh think it has right, and it does not. But you have it right in the spirit. You have the right wisdom in the spirit. You have the right knowledge in the spirit. And when the Ruach HaKodesh is really living in you, he's going to give you the what? The understanding. See, they didn't know that when he said, in all your getting, he didn't say get wisdom. In all your getting, get knowledge. He said, get understanding, because that's me, Deborah. Tell them, that's me. I come to give you understanding in any and everything that they've been teaching you and deceiving you in. Hear me. Hear me. I am all understanding. Now, on this end where the flesh is, oh yeah, they got understanding of the flesh. They got wisdom of the flesh. They got knowledge of the flesh, but that's where they stand, right there. And along with that, they got their feelings all in the way. They got their emotions, and they got their personal opinion. And they think that they can teach you from that level. They can. They can. Ahaya set many before them, and they are called those who are deceived. Because the deceivers feast the deceived ones. So if you have this ones that's deceived, don't they need a deceiver? So they work hand in hand, and they seem to come on one accord. Sister Deborah got to get this cup. I'll be right out. Right back, you guys. And I'm gonna share with you all where I'm coming from and why is it so deep. What I'm coming to you regarding. Today I was in the store, and the moment I was in the vegetable area of the store, oh, let me get. Okay, today I was in the store, and I was over there by the vegetables. Okay, and this black lady, I don't like to call them brown lady, brown skin lady. She walked up to me. She had to been like probably she might have been in her 50s. And no, she couldn't have been in her 50s, because she had her eyelashes was all the way out to here. I'm exaggerating, but they were past the glasses. They was way out, way out. And she's sitting here talking to me, and I wanted so much to say something to respond to her. But you know what the father said? He said, Deborah, listen. See, it's really true. There's a time to speak, and it's a time to listen. You see? Every time when it's time for you to listen, that means stand down on open it. Just listen, let your ears hear. Because in hearing, this is what he said comes by. So if he said comes by hearing him, then you can also hear Satan. You see what I'm saying? This lady was in this store, and I wanted to say something so bad. Oh, but you know what? I learned so much out of it. When the father said, Deborah, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. And then when she started saying them things, I saw, And the father said, Deborah, don't say nothing. And I'm so glad he had me did not say anything, because sometimes you don't know what's going on in the world if you're not a good listener. You see? And this lady was in there and she thought she was really teaching me, and I just let her think she was teaching me. I didn't say a mumbling word. And then she said, I said, well, do you have a card? Maybe you and I can talk regarding what you're talking about, and I can tell you what I come to understand. And she said, no, I don't have any cards. And I was like, wow, this is deep. Where is this going? So guess what happened? You know what the lady was telling me, y'all? Maybe y'all had heard of, maybe y'all didn't heard about it. Look, she should have looked at me and know that I wasn't the one. But Satan, see, she might not have known or knew. But Satan, I don't know, y'all. Look, I'm in a cage. I don't know where you all are at or where you all been. I've been stuck in a cage somewhere. Cause some things people be saying, I'll be like, who you think you talking to? What? Where do people get this stuff from? This lady, she started with Genesis. And what does she go there for? Baby, don't come up on me in Genesis. This sister come up on me in Genesis. And guess where she come? She stepped into Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Woo! You can see the Father holding me down. But I was so into it. I looked her eye to eye and just listened to everything she said. But I'm gonna tell you, sometimes I believe I've been in a cage somewhere. This sister was telling me about God is a woman. I was like, oh, Father, y'all, that's who us was. She said us is a woman. That's God's wife. I'm like, oh, I said, Father, wait a minute, hold up. I got to say, honestly, y'all, I was quiet. I wasn't doing all that. I was really, because when the Father told me, just listen, just listen. You all listen. It's when you hear men saying that the Father has had two wives, putting him into Romans chapter 1, putting him into exactly what Romans chapter 1 said, that they try to make him out of a man, out of, like a corruptible man. You see what I'm saying? This is and that's what they're doing when they say, when the father had two wives, baby, he is a spirit. What is he doing with two wives? You see what I'm saying? But when this lady said to me, she said, when in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, he said us, he was talking to his wife that sits on the throne next to him. So we as women has to wake up and understand that it's a female in heaven that's also a God. And that sister just talking, talking, talking. Yeah, she kept on talking, talking, talking. But when I started talking to her, once I let her have the flow. I sure did. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. I let her have the flow. But when she finished, I said, first of all, let's go back to your Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. In the beginning, it said, let. You see how you pull your phone out of your purse? You thought it. And you let your hand reach in your purse and pull it out. But is it somebody else pulling your phone out of your purse? It is his power. That devil is a liar. Mm-mm-mm-mm. No, no, no. The devil is a liar. So when she said that, she looked. It was like, oh no, don't tell me she know the word. And I said, so therefore, us cannot be a woman. I said, well, maybe you can give me your card and we can talk about this where we can best get to know what both of us understand. See, I'm a type of person, I listen to anybody, really, honestly, I would. I don't, no matter how I appear on here, let me tell you, I'm a person that has a really good ear. And it's a gift from Yah because I can hear behind hearing. That's why when that dog years ago was barking and I was walking, and it was like 3 o'clock p.m. And in me, I was like, if he don't shut up, this dog is nowhere near me, but I can hear him. He was saying something. You see what I'm saying? And the father used it that late evening to show me. You remember that dog that was barking? I was trying to teach you to discern the boy. Because of what happened that night, took me, the father took me back to that dog barking that day. And I kept hearing that sound and I didn't know how to take the sound. And I was getting angry because I'm hearing this bark, but I'm not hearing it like a dog. Burr, burr, burr. No, I could hear behind what this dog was saying. And the father was saying, like, when the reason why you was angry at the dog is because you were trying to use, you knew that you had the ability, the spiritual ability to hear behind that dog, but you didn't know how to use that ability. But when that night, oh man, it's a story to tell, y'all. It is a testimony what happened. And it has no connection with the dog, but the father took me back to the dog. That night, he took me back to the dog and started telling me, you heard that dog that was barking, you remember? And he was bothering you. You kept hearing that bark. You knew it was a bark that was saying something to you, but you couldn't get it. I was trying to get you to learn to use that discerning spirit. Even a dog, you should be able to discern. And then my children will tell you, especially my son, he'll tell you, I don't see how dogs don't bother my mother. No, they understand me. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. So this lady was talking. Did you all hear about this new belief of anything like that? That God has a wife also on the throne. She is the us that he was talking to. Baby, I don't know what boat she got off on, and I don't know where she come from. And she was saying we got to understand, come together and get the truth. They ain't been teaching the truth. And I'm like, Father, you sure got me good. You know you got me good. You got me good today. But he also in it for me. You know what it was? He's showing me how many different deceivers, deceiving spirits that's out. That's taking this thing even deep into a pitch dark midnight, wicked and evil. Her eyelashes is about to fall out of her eyes. That's just showing you how crazy her appearance was. They were about that thick from her eyes. And y'all probably think I'm kidding. I am not lying. And one of them looked like she glued it up here. Oh my y'all. And I'm sitting here just looking. Father, yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble. I know I'm gonna get in trouble. But this sister was talking. I ain't gonna say this sister. I don't know where she come from, but when she realized, wait a minute, let me stand down. This lady know the word. No, baby, I ain't fit. And she didn't want to hear me. Oh no, no, no. She sat there and I said, now, wait a minute. Now, didn't I hear you? But when I got I opened my mouth about Genesis chapter 1 and 26. Instant, she wants to cut it down. I'm like saying, wait a minute, how did I listen to everything she said? I said, I tell you what, I didn't even want to say anything else to her because I realized she wasn't going to be quiet for me to say anything to her. So I said, when you have a good day. Because when somebody come to me telling me, oh my Father, I don't know why we want to make him like unto a flesh. We need to cut that mess out. We need to cut it out. Now, what I want to show you all, I want to kind of set the captives free. And the captives are those who still trying to find their place in the bosom of Yah. You no longer, after this message, have to go searching and desiring to the place and where you need to rest your head. Let me tell you something. You're going to find out it's not found in flesh and blood. It is found in spirit and truth. It is found through the light that give you the ability to see through darkness. Outside of that, don't waste your time. Don't try to match up with what flesh and blood is teaching you. I don't care even if it's Sister Deborah's trying to teach you that it's about flesh and blood and all the things of the flesh weighs heavier than that which is of the spirit. I will not. I have not. And I will not. You won't see me trying to teach you how to focus on the flesh and the abilities of the flesh. It is so much going on. And I'm sitting here looking at it in the flesh, and I'm like saying, they don't get it. They don't get it. And the more and more I'm starting to embrace it in such a positive way. It was a time where I was like, oh, what they doing this and they doing it. What they doing? The father said, hold up. What's all that for? Wait a minute. Hold up. I know you ain't the one I taught what took place before the foundation of the world. I know you ain't cutting up from the floor up. You know better. I didn't teach you from the level of the flesh of a man. I taught you from the level of the spirit. And I took you back before the foundation of the world. What are you talking about? This is sometimes I feel like I'm in the cage. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13. I want to cover these verses because I want to really show you how free you are indeed. And when I say free, say you in this land of your captives. So what? You still free. See, what people don't know, being free in the spirit, hallelujah. You must understand what being free in the spirit means, you guys. Being free in the spirit means you got your ticket to eternal life. You've been set free. So the world cannot put you in captive in any way, shape, or form. You've been set free. All these teachings on these platforms, you got to first understand this is the devil's platform. I'm going to tell y'all something he told me today. He said, Deborah, because they have denied my power, do you understand, Deborah, what all I done release? I said, nah, I'm finna tell, and I'm finna put it back now, y'all. What about what took place before the foundation of the world? You already released everything from the beginning to the end. So I know, Father. Yes, you have to remind me, but hey, that's one thing I know. And he was explaining to me in Revelation, even the earthquake in Turkey, it had to be released from heaven, like it is in heaven, which you see on earth. He has to release these things to who? To the wicked one. He don't have to do them. He just released the power for them to do what they do best. And you best bet people don't even understand the technology they have. Everybody talking about, oh, they got robots and guns that does this and bombs that do. Baby, who you think gave them the ability? See, this is what he said. Everything that is, guess what? It was. When? It was written. When? Before the foundation of the world. You see what I'm saying? We wants to make it, and we are making it about the flesh, about the mindset of what everybody's doing. When I see the earthquake that I saw in Turkey, I don't see no earthquake. I don't see it. Because I'm looking for the earthquake like cracking the ground open and cars going down and buildings tilting over because the earth is cracking. That ain't what happened over there. I know it. They tell you all that. I know it. And that's all you know is what you see to believe. But see, I can't see it. I can't see it like that. And I'm the only one on the earth that one will listen to. They won't listen to me. I'm the last one. See, righteous is not going to be looked at as anything but the opposite. And wicked is taking on righteous. And the righteous is taking and not taking it on is being looked at as the unrighteous. They trying to switch the spaces and they're not going to ever be able to do that. But they doing it. So when you see stuff like this, and I'm looking at it, I'm saying, okay, now, Father, that is not a earthquake. He said, but that's their technology, Deborah. That's what, when I release for them to do what they do, this is what they did. You see what I'm saying? And guess what, Deborah? It's still fulfilling my word. See, we don't, this is why he said we deny the power. That's real. That's real. And I can say 99.9 deny the power. Why? Because in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, that was the power of us, and we still yet today have denied it. So how are we going to know today what the power is, what the power was, what the power looked like? We don't. Because we never accepted it when it showed up and showed out in the beginning, when he created everything. We didn't see the power. And we still don't see the power today. So he was telling me in Revelation, you know, I've been dropping everything from the heaven. And he was saying they don't see none of it. They don't even see it. They don't believe it, nor do they see any. That's all right. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. You see? When these people didn't do what they wanted them to do in the NATO, what did they do? Told them, you know, okay, you don't do it, we're gonna do. It's impossible for them to go into there, cause this, and it didn't come from underneath, just like 9/11. Everybody run their dumb tails thinking that they was knocking. You can't knock a building from underneath. A building, when you hit the towers at the top, that don't make it fall in from the bottom or fall down from the top. What kind of crap is that? How could people see? That's how heavy the deceivers are in the world. But it's the beautiful thing that the deceivers exist, because it separates, like he said, if it was so, Deborah, it will fool the very elect. I have elect minds not to be deceived in the things in which they shall see. Now, what we're thinking is what these here heathens and Gentiles or elites are doing. Everything they doing and have done, Ahia is giving them, have loosed it from heaven. Just as he told Job. Told Satan with Job. Satan told him, you can go on, say what you want. You can go on, say what you want. All you want. You can go on, keep on telling me to get on Job. I ain't getting on Job until you stretch out that right hand. And when you stretch it out, I'm still not going to get on Job until you touch him. That's how powerful that is. Satan knows that he can't get to Job until the Father not only stretched out his right hand, but then Satan said, I'm still not going to touch Job. I ain't going to touch Job, but put your hand on him, and I bet you I'll touch him. Because Satan knows that the heavens of the right hand of the Father has to touch any situation on the earth before man can take their way of doing things. That's how Satan, he went on and he did all that he could. That's how the world is. The Father drop them, say, okay, I'm releasing it, do, bam. And they go after the ability that they have set up. And I'm just now hearing other people that's in this science talk about, they just now realizing that those fires in California wasn't fires. I said, I've been saying that for 3.5 years. They wasn't real fires. This was coming from their lasers in the space. You can't tear up buildings to powder and trees still standing up green. What did they do? Let's go to the round drone or whatever they call it, they say China has issued over to the United States. People are so smart, they so dumb. How could that be? People still don't understand that this country does not exist. It has already fallen, people. This country had already fallen before 9/11. This country had already fallen because the plan was to cause it to fall little by little. And at the end, when we see everything is set for the one world system, let's do away with it. And that's what is going to happen. You see, once they get them banks, and like this is another thing I was telling someone, how Bill Gates and two other elites, they are on nationwide television telling you that we're gonna kill half of the population in this country. And this country walking around like, we the people. That's what Judah doing. We the children. We the people. And the heathens and Gentiles walking around, we better than y'all. Baby, they have already sold you all out long time ago. And it was years when I had said, wait a minute now, seems like America already fallen. When I started seeing them taking them people foreclosing homes, I said, how could they do that in this whole country? How can that be done? It started in 2004. 2004. They've been taking and doing everything they're doing, and now they say, dang, we gave them a virus. Blew my mind yesterday to hear Bill Gates in the year of 2011, my eyes seeing him say that we're going to use biochemical weapon on the people, just as plain as day. I said, now see that, Father, was not I on this devil platform saying the same thing? This virus was a biochemical. Nobody want to hear it. That's what I always called it, y'all. I didn't call it an illness or I called it biochemical because that's what countries use. They go into that lab and get something that's going to do the work that what they really want to do. And during that time in 2011, he said, and not only that, we're going to bring out one that's going to come. This in 2011. That's going to kill half of the population. But this one is going to be more powerful. Hey, what's in Revelation? 2/3, 1/3, half. He counting them death from the heaven, dropping them out. 2/3 gonna die, 2/3 gonna die, 1/3 gonna die, half gonna die. He just counting them by numbers. Revelation speaking to death, and we walking around here like we in heaven already. Talking about the promised land. What you gonna do in the promised land? Same thing your fathers did in the promised land. Did you know that? That's why it ain't over until it's over now. He gave you that chance like he give you always. You think you're going to be different? No, you're not, baby. It's going to go right back to the same routine. Same routine. A lot of people don't know that. It ain't going to be like, so everybody's so anxious to get over to the promised land so that they can act a fool. They don't understand your ugliness is going to be seen. Let me go here to, let me explain that to you. Ezekiel 36. Let me show you what it said. In Ezekiel 36. In Ezekiel 36 and 30. Listen to what the Father, he already brought you out. He done gave you a new heart, a new heart of flesh, a heart of flesh. He gonna take the old heart out. He gonna put a new spirit in you. He's gonna put the new heart. He's gonna put himself. He gonna put my spirit. He gonna put his spirit in you. All these good things he's gonna do. Drop down to verse 30. Ezekiel 36 and verse 30. And I will multiply the fruit of the tree, increase of the field, that ye shall receive no more reproach, famine, among the heathens. Okay, now here we go. Then, hallelujah, hallelujah. This is after he done cleaned you up, y'all, made you white as snow. You see, he's going to clean you up and give you all this back and put you in the, when you get in the promised land, this is what he's going to do. But listen to this, verse 31. Everybody go to Ezekiel 36 and 31. Then shall ye remember your own evil ways. What's going to happen? Wait a minute, Father Yah. Hold up. I got a question. Hold up. Hold up, Father Yah. Didn't you just say you're going to put a new heart? You're going to put a new spirit? And you're going to take away that stony heart? And you're going to put a heart of flesh? You're going to put your spirit in them? Wait a minute. Hold up. You're going to be there. Come on now, Father Yah. Then you drop down to 31. We still in Ezekiel 36. You drop down to 31. Then shall ye remember your own evil ways and your doings that were not good. Isn't that deep? And what is it? And it shall loath yourself in your own sight for your iniquities and for your abomination. See, people. See, we're thinking he's something to play with. We really think we really do. Men and women is on this devil platform to deceive you to believe that they got A to Z marked down. It's going to be all Yankee Doodle and it's going to be all this and all. Yes, it is. It's going to be all that. He's telling you how you ain't gonna, all kind of fruit. He going to multiply. He's talking to the land, telling it what it's going to do, in the mountains, telling it what it's going to do. You better get ready because I'm bringing them over. This is what the Father is saying to the land, to the promised land. Prepare for them. I'm bringing them over. And when you get over there, then that's when he gonna give you the new heart, the new spirit, his spirit, and the new, not only a new heart in the spirit, but a new heart in the flesh. A lot of people don't know there's two hearts. There's one in the flesh and one in the spirit. And that's why I think it's kind of sad, because you get people here on this devil platform call themselves scholars, so know this and know that, and they don't know their right from their left because they don't know spirit and truth. You can't know your left nor your right if you don't know. Okay, now watch this here. In 31, then shall ye remember your own evil ways. He's going to bring that stuff back to your remembrance and your doings that were not good. Wait a minute, hold up. What's that about? See, y'all messing up. These people are teaching y'all how to get ready for the promised land and not to get ready for eternal heaven. You see? When you get over there, you don't have to be worried about all that he's talking about. If you have the mind right now to serve him now, don't wait until you get over there. Then he gonna bring up everything and let you rest there in it. But if you serve and worship and acknowledge him now, guess what? When you get over there, you're gonna be able to stand. A lot of people don't know that because they really thinking that he's gonna be, how would I say it? I just can't see how I'm not going to be judged for the way I conduct myself, the way I treat people, the way and how I do things that represent him. Why would I think that, he's just going to say, oh, you was a prophetess, you good. No, baby. No. That's the mindset that they're teaching people. They're teaching people that. But those that are marked, they marked for a reason. Those are branded for his name's sake. They branded for a reason. Those that are written in the Lamb Book of Life, they're in there for a reason. And not a man nor a woman on this earth can take that from you. Not a man or a woman on this earth can take that from you. Because it's in with you all the way until you return to the New Jerusalem. So that's the good news I have today. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. In Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. Why would he keep chastising me and disciplining me and correct me if I'm not his child? Why? You see what I'm saying, y'all? There are people out here teaching, preaching to the utmost, thinking they scholars and they know the books back to front, front to back. They know Hebrew, they knew Greek, they know it all. They know Torah, they know how to master it, and have no spirit and truth resting therein, and no light. Now watch this here. In Revelation chapter 13 and verse 8, and we go to 8 and 9. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose name are not written in the Lamb book of life. Who is he talking about? Who is that he's talking about? The beast. Okay? Those are the ones gonna worship him. Now, is that not a prophecy? Is that not telling you? What is it we're not getting? Why do we need a man and a woman to break that down to us? When the Ruach, oh yeah, the Ruach can break it a little bit deeper. It can give you more understanding of it. Because a lot of people gonna tell you this, but the Father say his spirit, get it. Get what? My spirit. Get it. Get understanding. Because that's what you're gonna need to study this guide. Okay, now watch this here. Verse 8. All that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, which is the beast, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slaughtered from the foundation of the world. Y'all can't see that. It's because you blind. Those who are going to worship the beast, their name ain't in the Lamb book of life. Their destiny is to worship the beast. See, you all are following people who telling you what they think, what they feel, their flesh wisdom, their flesh knowledge, and their flesh understanding. They don't understand this thing, baby, was orchestrated before they even was in their mama's womb, before heaven and earth was created, or how you had it already locked in heaven. That's why you truly are free. You just too ignorant to realize that. You don't need to be walking, talking, acting, and conducting yourself like these clowns telling you to. You're set free in him. And when you set free in him, you are free indeed. So all this stuff that everybody's running around here monkeying around, guess what? They're going to be monkeying around all the way till Babylon come down. Babylon got go. It's coming. It's already down, but it's debris. The debris has to come down. The houses, the everything that it stands on have to come down. Now I want y'all to listen careful. Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names with an S are not written in the book of life. He already know. The ones that's going to worship the beast, they already know. Their lifestyle. People were talking about the Grammy. Why are you watching it? When a country in the world watches Satan conduct himself, that's because you part of Satan. That's why you're watching him. You want to see his moves. You want to see how he dance. You want to see how he sound, how much music he can bring out of the singers. Totally Satanism. But people go run behind it. And then they get on this devil platform trying to talk about it. Sit down, clowns. You're a part of it. People have to learn to turn away from it fully. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it. And I ain't looking for it. Why am I looking for Satan? Why? Now watch this here. The Lamb book of life, slain from the foundation of the world. They ain't in that book of that lamb that was slain before the foundation of the world. That's Yeshua HaMashiach. That's Yeshua. That's the lamb. He was slain for certain ones. Not everybody, y'all. Not everybody. Now, verse 9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. What do you think he's talking about? Who in the live chat knows what he says when he say, any man have an ear, let him hear? Do y'all know what that means? Who knows what that means? He that has an ear, let him hear. What are you talking about, Father, y'all? He that has an ear, a spiritual ear, meaning the Ruach HaKodesh. See, you don't need two to hear him. You only need one. Now, if it says ears, then he's talking about the flesh. He's letting you know that one ear, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, he that has the Ruach HaKodesh, let him hear. Let you hear what? That those that's going to worship the beast, they already assigned to him before the foundation of the world. So if the beast, those that's going to worship the beast has already been signed to him, well, who are the one that signed to y'all? Wait a minute, hold on, Father, y'all. Before the foundation of the world, you mean there are those that are assigned to eternal life already? Yes. Tell them, Deborah, I have already set them free. So nobody on the earth can keep you from entering in eternal life. Y'all already got you selected and elected. In the Lamb book of life, you were written. So if Satan is not written, when who are those that's written, Father? Wait a minute, you said something about from the foundation of the world. When if those that are not written in the Lamb book of life before the foundation of the world, when those that are not written before the foundation of the world, when the world, those that are written. You see, y'all, all this monkeying around, trying to mimic man's flesh and woman's flesh, and they order. Come on now. Come on now. You should be looking for spirit and truth in every matter. Like when that lady came to me, when she began to talk, when she sat there and mess came, when that devil came up in Genesis 1 and 26, he didn't even know who he was coming up on. That shows you how dumb he is. Because, baby, she was all up in my Kool-Aid. You coming up in Genesis 1 and 2, you're going to have to stand all the way down, Satan. Why? Because that's where he has caused me to get the fullness. And he said, if they miss it, hallelujah, they have missed the whole thing. That's what Yeshua was saying to the Pharisees and Sadducees. They were saying, when Moses said we can, I tell you what, Moses told you that because you was wicked and evil. But I come to tell you, before the earth was. I'm sorry, my thing is keep going off. I hate that. They have no respect for that. So in Revelation, he's sitting here letting you know, you have been set free, baby. You have been set free. And that setting free is where you know who you are. You don't need nobody to tell you who you are. Know who you are. Walk in spirit and truth. Hear the voice of the Most High or higher. He that has the ear, they will hear what thou said, the Most High or higher. And not all these clowns wanting them to look a certain way, walk a certain way, dress a certain way, wrap their head. When you finish, if y'all would ever decide to go to Isaiah chapter 3, see why is it that the Father is going to strip the daughters of Zion from everything the men had them put on. Praise the mighty Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. Hallelujah. Y'all got to go there. Let me go there right quick. Now I tell you exact verse so you can see and you can understand. You say, well, wait a minute, Father, y'all. Wait a minute, Father, y'all. These seem like the clothes they told us we had to put on to be holy. Huh, huh, huh. Isaiah chapter 3. When the Most High comes after the daughters of Zion in Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16. Read all the way to verse 16 to 26. When you read from verse 16 to 26, also what I love about something he said, and Ahiah shall discover their secret parts. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! He's going to discover their secret parts. Now watch this here. And then he go to 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And when he rests you in 25, he said, and I'm going to destroy thy men and thy mighty men by the war. But wait a minute, hold up, Father. Yeah, where you going? Wait a minute, hold up. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16 to 26. Read that, baby. And when you read it, each from muffler to bunnets, all of those things, look them up. Put onto your Google, put them names in Google. Is it Google? Put them names in there and said, I want to see a picture. And when y'all see them, guess what clothes the Father gonna strip the daughter of Zion from? The same monkey looking clothes that these men got these women wearing, looking like clowns. And I'm like saying, well, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. And it totally confused me. It confused me because I'm like saying, wait a minute, they said this is what we're supposed to be wearing. I had like this here. He's stripping them from this. Bunnies, everything. The things they wear across their head, and you know them women who put that thing around their whole face. Read it. He's stripping them from them. He's purging them from it. Hallelujah. And I'm like saying, he don't put your tail on sackcloth. Now, if these clothes are supposed to be so holy in the way we're supposed to dress, to be all holy than thou, what are you stripping us from it for? Because the real purpose of those things is to deceive the people. Because what they wear is not their key to the eternal heaven. Those are clown clothes, y'all. That's why he got to put you in sackcloth. He said he gonna discover your secret parts, women. He's gonna burn your scab, the crown of your head. Purge me, Father, inside out. Purge me. But he's dealing with the outside with this purge, y'all. He's dealing on the outside. He ain't dealing on the inside. Understand that. Most of y'all won't. Because you've been following silly men and silly women. Look up them words. It'll blow your mind. And then you put in a Google. Each one that you look up, and then look at it. You like you said, veils, hoods. Look them up. Look them up. And say, show a view picture. And you can say, well, wait a minute, Deborah, these are the clothes they got these women wearing. So you tell me, huh? So it's showing you that his ways are not our ways. Definitely like the ways of the men. Because they're not following him in spirit and in truth. What are they following him in? Role playing. And these women role playing. And when they finish with their role playing, guess what? Their hearts are not right. Sister Deborah can take off all these clothes. Guess what? Ahiah is measuring my heart, my spiritual heart. He's looking at that wicked heart. See, we're thinking we can role play this thing. The Father said, no, you can't. That's why I either wear my bunny or I take it off. And ain't no man or woman on this earth gonna tell me When and when not to word, because it ain't going to be one in heaven. In case they didn't know that. It holds no power, no glory, nothing to do with God. Why ain't we trying to get our inner man right with our Father? We so busy working on the outer man to where we ain't got sense enough to know that this is an inner man. This ain't got nothing to do with your outer man. That's the role playing. Every last one of you all, whenever you get time, in Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16, all the way to 26. He's going to check you it up and he's going to check your tail down because he's going to strip you from all this mess. And you're going to look at it and say, wait a minute, Deborah. These are the things they told us we had to wear. Why is he finding it not to be holy? Why is it not appropriate? Because it never was. When would the Father be concerned about what you were on the outside? When he's trying to capture you from the inside. And what happened when he got you on the inside? He'll clean up the outside. And when he got you in the inside, he'll tell the outside, hey, take that off. Don't wear that. He don't need flesh and blood of a man and a woman to alternate what he has prepared for you. They don't know how the Father is working inside of you. And we done gave everybody our inner man and our outer man. Because we ain't been led by the Ruach HaKodesh. So let me tell y'all, I think I told y'all before. I had this flannel shirt, red and black. Ooh-wee, I love that shirt, a winter shirt. And I think I got it at a thrift store or whatever, but I loved it. One day, hey, let me tell you, I had my boots on and my pants and my shirt. He said, Deborah, you need to take that shirt off. I was like, okay, let me get on back in here. And y'all, would y'all believe I already knew that shirt wasn't appropriate? But no, I just said, I'm just going to wear this here. It go good with these jeans I got on, winter time. And I just put the vest on and then I got the fly. He said, you need to take that off. Get it to one of your sons. That's a man shirt. See, he know how to correct you. He don't need Sister Deborah to correct you. He don't need no man out here loud mouth telling you what to wear and how to wear it. When you learn to give him all the authority, give him all the right, give him all the glory and all the praise, you'll stop asking people, well, should we do wear this? Should we eat this? Should we drink this? Should we walk like this? Should we talk like this? Go to the inner man that rests down in you and say, what shall I do? Is this appropriate, Father? Should I cover my head? Should I wear my hair like this? A lot of times he ain't going to give you the time of day. Because he said, I got what I wanted. I got the inner man. See, once I'm in you and I'm greater in you, I'm the light. The world going to know who you are, even though they ain't going to know who you are. And what he mean is there's people going to come up on you. You ain't going to have your head wrapped. You don't even look like you probably look, go into the world. And guess what? They're going to be afraid of you because there is something in you. It's not your ugly flesh. It's the one that's really greater in you than he is in the world. See, and they miss that part. What part is that? Who in the live chat know? I know you don't know. That's the power. He said they deny the power therein. The power what? Therein. The power what? Therein. Because everybody think the power is out of the mouth of a man and a woman. No, the power ain't out of the mouth of Deborah. The power is Ahoya himself. Therein. Where we need to be recognizing who he is. He's about what he's saying. He say what he's about, and we don't take him at his word. Because we're so busy trying to role play this Hebrew Israelite mess. And y'all don't even know the minds of these men that's out here. They've been appointed and anointed to deceive you all. Women too. Because everybody trying to master a number. And what did he say? In what was that? Revelation chapter 13 and verse 8. He's putting it on my heart to say this here. Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose name are not written in the book of life, of the Lamb slaughtered before, it don't say before, from the foundation of the world. Verse 9, if any man have that spirit of yours, let him hear. Now, if your name is not in the book, why are you telling those whose name might be in the book what to do? How is it that those that are not in the book are telling those that are in the book what to do? Thank the Most High that his ruach rests in us. Because a lot of us is taking the mouth of these people. They trying to get subscribers and likes. They trying to be kings and leaders. They trying to be somebody that somebody can worship and praise. They trying to get put up on pedestals, even the women. They ain't speaking no spirit and truth. He say and she say. You're supposed to say it this way and that way and this way and that way and this way and that way. And the father say, Deborah, tell them. I already gave them an example when they come to the throne. They're going to be saying the same crap they saying down here. That they deceiving people. And I said, wait a minute, hold up. They ain't coming to glory like that. He said, yes, they are. I said, wait a minute, Father, yeah, how they going to come back to glory doing the same thing? He said, they going to come back to glory saying, I did this in your name. I did this in your name. And I did this in your name. They're going to be and use this so many times on the earth toward you all to where they're going to come back to the glory. Final judgment, whether you go to the eternal heaven or the lake of fire, and they're going to be standing before glory, still deceiving themselves. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Why are you going to let them come? Because I'm just like that. I'm just like that. This is where it started, but this is where it's going to end. That's why. Satan cut up from the floor up at this level. They're going to come right back at the same level in which they got kicked out of and do what? Do it again. So what makes you think that you're going over to a promised land and it's going to be Yankee Doodle time? You're going to be all holy than thou. The best thing is to be ready every day. Live it as if it's your last, but make sure you caught praising and honoring and worshiping and putting him first. Seek y'all the kingdom of Yah. And let him add on to any and everything that's due you. And stop trying to get this mess from these human beings in this flesh. Let's go to John. The Gospel of John chapter 17. Let's see what John is saying. In John chapter 17, the Gospel of John chapter 17 and verse, is that the Gospel of John or First John? I think that's the Gospel of John chapter 17. Yeah, that's the Gospel of John 17 and verse 23. The Gospel of John in chapter 17 and verse 23. Now, I know I'm going to lose y'all here. I'm going to lose all of y'all on this one here. I know I'm going to lose y'all on here because this one is a little bit deeper. This is a little, I think this is it. Yeah, I know. Wait a minute. No, this ain't the one. That's okay. The Gospel of John, chapter 17, verse 23, 24, 25, and 26. 23. I in them and thou in me. This is what Yeshua is saying to the Father. I in them. Let me say this again. I in them and thou in me, that they may be made perfect in one. See what he said? Y'all missed that, didn't you? Went over your head. The Gospel of John, chapter 17, verse 23. I in them and thou in me, that they may be made perfect in one. and that the world may know that thou hast sent me and hast loved them. I said, given them as thou hast given me. You see how love, it can translate as given. That's why you have to be careful when you saying that word, because it's really connected to give and gave. Then let's go over that again. Now, who in the live chat can tell me what 23 is saying? Who in the live chat can tell me what 23, the Gospel of John, chapter 17, verse 23? I'm going to read it again. I in them, and thou in me, that they may be made perfect in one, and that the world may know that thou hast sent me and has given them as thou hast given me. Woo, boy! I need to shut this live down today. Woo! Anybody knows what he's talking about? I give you a minute. See if anybody know what he's talking about. And this is Yeshua praying. Oh, let me see. Anybody know? Let's see. Nope. Somebody almost got it. Okay, let me see. That's a good one. That's a good way of putting. That's another really good way of putting it. For he came for those in which the Father had given him. That's really good. I like that. I like that because that's a beautiful way of putting it. That's a spiritual way of putting it. He's praying. Now, who is he praying? He's praying to the Father, and he's telling him, "I in them." He's already in them. When did he get in them? It was written in the Lamb Book of Life. The Lamb was slaughtered before the foundation of the world. So what are they talking about? How they gonna tell you how to walk, act, look, and how? Father wants you to know you've been set free and you are free indeed. Listen to I like the way you said that. Somebody else has said, and he in us and us in him, all one. That's right. Now, why is he saying this to the Father? Come on, somebody. You know why he said it? Because it's truth. It's spirit and it's truth. That's how heaven orchestrated it already. So what is this crap they teaching down here? To manipulate you not to say it like this, not to speak it like this. You're supposed to understand it like this. The command and the Father saying, now one of them kept now one. And those who are upholding it is upholding it because I am the law. And if I am the law and the commandment, and if I am greater in you, then tell me, where is the law? Somebody need to talk to me. Where is the law and the commandments? What? Let me see if I can find it. If he is the law and the commandments, and he is greater in you, then tell me, where is the law? Where is the commandments? That's why they can't keep them. Because they don't have he that is greater in them than he that is in the world. Because they don't have the law. They don't have the commandments. The one who holds it in the palm of his hand, who set the law. But they want to tell you how to keep it. Stand down and sit down, clowns. He done marked us with a holy mark. He done branded us before the foundation of the world. Why are we listening to the clowns of the world? Why are we listening to the deceivers? Let us deceive, follow the deceivers. Let them kick rocks on that end.